welcome back to week 9, month 3 of the Raise Your Vibration family. And in this week, we are going into wealth and how to accumulate wealth, how to create wealth, what true wealth is, and how you can share that wealth with everybody. How to break your pattern in whatever cycle you're going through and to create a breakthrough and to create more wealth and abundance for everybody. So here we go. Let's launch into it. So I want to start this by saying, make your sleep and wake cycles and patterns, and go to sleep and wake up with a plan. Before you go to sleep, write out your plan. Write out what you want to do and how you want to do it, and make it in your control. Make it a plan that you can execute no matter what else is happening, because if you do that, then you'll be able to stick to it and you won't feel like something else has happened to you that threw you off track. You will be right on track for what you want to do, and you go to sleep with your plan. Write down 3 things that you want to do. Write down 3 things that you want to do, and write down 5 things you're grateful for. If you're still doing that, excellent, magnificent, good job. If you haven't done it, awesome. I'm so glad you're hearing it now, because now you can do it and start to really crush it, and you won't have a feeling like you don't know what to do, because if you ever don't do this, your days are going to be a little bit more stuck and you won't be able to move through it. But if you're ever feeling stuck, remember, just break your pattern, do something slightly different, make yourself energized and move and breathe in a different way, and you'll break your pattern, break your cycle, and start to create wealth. So, also, what is true wealth? True wealth is what you decide it is. So decide now what true wealth will look like for you. What will your life be like? What do you want? And then you'll realize what you need to do in order to get there. And here's also something very important, is documentation. Document what you're doing. When you're making your goals and you're writing down what you've done every day, that's helping you with documentation, so you can look back and you can see your progress, but also document your ideas, document your inventions, document your plans, document everything, because this will help you to stay on track. When you do break your pattern and you get to a breakthrough, you will be crushing it in 100 different places, but you'll be super laser focused on one thing and you won't have time to go into everything. So when you accomplish one thing, you'll move to the next, you move to the next. And this is also very important, which is one thing at a time, okay? Only small actions. So only take small actions which will get you to your goal. Nobody takes a huge bunch of million different options and actions to get to somewhere. They just say, all right, this is what I need to do and this is how I get there. So you just take small actions, the smallest little thing. Everything amazing and big, like a spaceship, has been built with a small action, just looking up how to build a spaceship online. That might have actually been how a lot of spaceships were started to get built, because then you find the manuals and you find the books about it and you figure out what you really need to be doing. So take small action now. That small action will lead to everything you want. So small actions are the key. Don't get yourself stuck in a pattern of thinking it needs to be huge or massive. It doesn't. Everything can be done with a small action. And when you see that, it's so easy. It's so easy to do something. You don't need to be an exceptional human being in order to do anything that human beings are capable of doing. All right, so small actions, do that. Realize that is the key to success and to creating wealth. And also, we have your comfort zones. So your comfort zones are something that can trap you in, or it can help you to get to where you want to go. You can get to where you want to go if you stretch yourself. If you stretch yourself by saying, okay, this is my comfort zone now, but this is what I need to do. When you take those small actions, you're slowly stretching yourself. Just like doing a little stretch, you'll stretch yourself in order to get to where you want to go. So take these small actions and that will stretch you, okay? No matter how challenging, we will adapt. So the comfort zone is whatever you're doing, you will adapt to it. Doesn't matter what you're doing, doesn't matter what you have to do. If you just start doing it, if you just start taking those small actions, any project that's a very challenging project will eventually turn into something that's not so challenging, because we will always adapt to it. We'll adapt to a very easy environment and we'll adapt to a very challenging environment. It's whatever you set up for yourself. If you set small actions in place, you'll get to exactly where you want to go, which you think is going to be amazing, and it's a dreamlike thing. But you also can kind of psych yourself out with this dream, because you dream of it as an amazing, perfect, super cool destination, instead of as just an accumulation of small habits and tiny, teeny, tiny actions. Tiny, like 5-second actions. You do that, the 5-second actions, that starts the ball rolling. Literally 5 seconds to change your life, and in fact change everyone's life on earth. 5 seconds. So many people do not take advantage of those 5 seconds and they let it slip by. So be the person that does the small action. Know what you want to do, which is make your priorities. And, all right. You have to make the deal with yourself. And so if you aren't feeling like doing it, you have to negotiate with yourself out of your patterns. By breaking your patterns, if you're trying physiological and you're trying to move your body, you're trying to breathe differently, and that's not working, you're going to have to negotiate with yourself. If you're a rational person, this will work also. More than shaking around and doing a dance and playing some awesome music. This will keep you motivated for the long run. You have to say, okay, all right, so you want to do this. What if you just do the smallest little thing? So you want to write a book. What if you just not write your first chapter? What if you just open up the device you want to use to write and you just get it started? Like you just write one word, like the place word. Just write in the beginning. Can you do that? Can you write chapter 1? Can you write a quick outline of what your book will be? Can I do this? Can you do this? Talk to yourself like you're talking to another person. Because if you treat yourself like you're treating another person, you'll often sympathize with yourself and you'll be able to get further instead of desympathizing with yourself and deconnecting, saying it's all one thing. Sometimes it's good to see yourself as another person, just in a negotiation. So if you negotiate with yourself, you'll really know what you'll do and what you'll not do. Because if you're not doing it, you haven't negotiated properly with yourself. So there you go. And when you do those small actions, you got to praise yourself and celebrate. Praise yourself with celebration. Say good job. You're like, why do I need to do that? That's ridiculous, right? You got to say 100 out of 10. Because eventually that will stick. Whatever you say 3 times, it'll start to stick and you'll start to believe it. So this is the key to start creating wealth and creating the life that you want to live. Anything you want to do. Whatever you do, it just takes small little actions and you'll get there. You start doing those. You praise yourself. You treat yourself like someone that is amazing, or someone you love, or someone that isn't actually you. Because the person that is you, that you want to be, might not be you right now. And the person that's you right now might be the person you want to be. And so you need to keep praising that version, or you will be the version of you that you do not want to be. All right. So also, to really get into, because you stayed to the end of the video, to get into the amazing week number 9, month 3 of how to raise your vibration, but also this is wealth, because wealth is a very important part of raising your vibration. When you're wealthy, internally and externally, you can keep your vibration raised. You can really change your state and your habit, because that is what wealth is about. It's about giving you an environment that you can sustain and maintain the momentum of an elevated vibration. So here we go. Identify the problems and take those small actions to create them. So realize, what are the problems in your own life? What problems do I face every day? How can I help other people solve that? And then think of the huge problems that could happen in the future and say, all right, how can we avoid that? So think in terms of present and future problems and take small actions in order to create them, and this will get you there. Also, just provide more value. If you are afraid of competition, if you're afraid of yourself, if you're afraid of someone else, if you are not taking action, just provide more value to yourself or to others, and that will create wealth. Providing more value is going above and beyond your expectations, checking in more than you need to, working on harder than you need to, making it a little bit better than it needs to be, but not too much better. Getting it done is more important than getting it perfect, but it's also very important to provide the most level of value. So also, it's a determination that's so important. You need to be determined in order to get there. And if you aren't determined, you need to break your pattern by reasoning with yourself, or by using your physiology, or by negotiating with yourself. Once you do that and you start to take small actions, that will give you the motivation, the momentum, and the inspiration to keep going, because motivation does not precede action. Action precedes motivation, and that is the secret. So also, you need to plan and innovate. So make your plan, and as you're going along with it, that you had for the day, the 3 things, remember? When you have your plan, things are going to change. You need to innovate a little bit. So plan and innovate. Don't be so stuck to one strict structure, but also be ready to innovate, be ready to plan, and you will crush it, raise your vibration, create the environment that you need to be absolutely wealthy, and you will be able to share your enjoyment with everyone else. Give this video a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and peace out.